Interference of two waves is the topic that we are going to see today. In the previous classes, we have seen what is constructive interference and destructive interference. Today we will see the mathematical expression for interference. Okay, so we will consider two sources S1 and S2. Two sources. These two sources are producing waves having displacements y1 and y2. And let A be the maximum amplitude. So we can say A is y1 is equal to A cos omega t. And from the source S2, the displacement relation for the wave is A cos omega t plus phi. What is phi? Phi is a phase difference between the waves from S1 and S2. Okay. Now when they superpose at a particular point, let these superpose at a point P. The waves from S1 and S2. Okay, so waves from S1 and S2 superpose at a point P. Now net displacement, resultant displacement y is equal to y1 plus y2 by superposition principle. When you add these two, A cos omega t plus A cos omega t plus phi, we need to add these two. Now in trigonometry, you have learned the identity that cos A plus cos B. Cos A plus cos B is equal to 2 cos A plus B by 2 cos A minus B by 2. This is a famous identity in maths. Okay, we need to apply this here. So what is y? Y is equal to A. A is taken common. Then 2 also there. So we can take 2A. Then cos A plus B by 2. That is omega t plus phi by 2 into, then we need cos A minus B by 2, cos A minus B, A is omega t, so omega t minus phi the whole divided by 2. These are the terms. So what is the net displacement? Y is equal to 2A cos omega t plus omega t 2 omega t by 2, that is omega t plus phi divided by 2. Then second term will be cos, these two cancel, so minus 5 by 2, cos minus 5 by 2. Okay, this is second term. But we know that cos minus theta is equal to cos theta. We can write 2A, take this to first cos 5 by 2. Second term is cos omega t plus 5 by 2. These are the terms. Now this is the amplitude part. Okay, so we know that if we write the intensity of the interfering waves, I0 proportional to A square. Then what is the intensity of the resultant wave? Intensity we can write I proportional to square of this, that is 4A square cos square 5 by 2. This is the equation for intensity. When we compare these two, what we can, when you divide these two, this is equation number 2, this is equation number 1. When you divide 2 by 1, you will get I by I0 is equal to A square cancels, you will get 4 cos square 5 by 2. Or I is equal to 4I0 cos square 5 by 2. This is equation for net intensity. Okay, so we have got equation of intensity I is equal to 4I0 cos square 5 by 2. Now we will apply the conditions for constructive and destructive interference. We know that for constructive interference, the intensity will be maximum. For this, cos 5 by 2 should be 1. So we can write for constructive interference. We are going to see the condition. For constructive, we need cos 5 by 2. The value of cos 5 by 2 should be plus or minus 1. Then only this value will be maximum, intensity will be maximum. Okay, cos 5 by 2 plus or minus 1. So 5 by 2 should take the values like cos value should be maximum. For 1 or minus 1, we can have 0 value, cos 0. Then we have cos 180, then 360. So 3 pi like that. So what will be phi? Phi is equal to 0, 2 pi, 4 pi, 6 pi, etc. So generally we can write phi is equal to 2n pi, where n is equal to 0, 1, 2, etc. Okay, when you give 0, phi will be 0. If you give 1, it will be 2 pi. If you give 2, it will be 4 pi and so on. This is the value of what phase difference. Okay, then what will be the intensity during constructive interference? Intensity, we can say intensity I is equal to 4I0 because this value is 1. Cos square 5 by 2. Cos 5 by 2 is plus or minus 1. Cos square 5 by 2 is 1. So, intensity is maximum during constructive interference. Okay. Now, we'll see destructive interference. For destructive interference, cos 5 by 2 should have a value 0. Okay, this can be 0 when 5 by 2 can take values like pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, etc. So what should be phi? Phi is equal to pi, then 3 pi, 5 pi, etc. So this can take values like generally we can say phi is equal to 2n plus 1 pi. What is value n? N has values like 0, 1, 2, etc. N is equal to 0, it will be pi. N is equal to 1, 3 pi, and so on. Okay, this is a condition. Then what is the intensity? During destructive intensity should be, it will be 0. 5 by 2 is equal to 0, so intensity also will be 0. Okay, so we have got conditions for constructive and destructive interference. Now we need a path difference. Okay, we know that for a wave, if you consider a wave, this is lambda. This length is, this corresponding length will be lambda. For corresponding a length lambda, what is a phase value? This is 0 phase, this is pi, this is 2 pi. For lambda, we have a phase if path difference is lambda, phase difference will be 2 pi. So we have a general equation, path difference delta x is equal to lambda by 2 pi into phase difference. So this is a general relation, path difference. So based on this condition, for a path difference of lambda, phase difference will be 2 pi. So generally path difference equal to lambda by 2 pi into phase difference. Now for constructive interference, what should be path difference? We can say delta x equal to lambda by 2 pi into, what is phi here? 2n pi. Phi is equal to n pi. So what is delta x? Delta x equal to 2 pi cancel, you will get n lambda. So when delta x equal to n lambda, when path difference equal to n lambda, multiple of lambda, 0 or multiple of lambda, n can take values like this. These are the values of n. We have a constructive interference. Now for destructive also we can write equation for path difference. For destructive we have delta x is equal to lambda by 2 pi into, what is phi value? It is 2n plus 1 pi. Okay, pi cancels. What will you get? Delta x equal to 2n plus 1 lambda by 2. Provided n can take values 0, 1, 2, etc. So when path difference has value multiples of lambda by 2, 3 lambda by 2, 5 lambda by 2, there will be destructive interference. Okay, so we have seen constructive as well as destructive interference, and we have expressed in terms of what? In terms of path difference and phase difference. Okay, now we have one more condition. Suppose we have two waves of different amplitude. Okay, the wavelength will be same, phase will be same. Okay, constant phase or same phase, then frequency will be same, but slightly different amplitude. Then in that case, what is the net intensity? We have a relation for net intensity of the resultant wave. Intensity is equal to intensity of first wave plus intensity of second wave. These are the intensities of the interfering waves plus 2 square root of I1 I2 cos phi. This is a general relation. Phi is the phase difference. I1 I2 are the intensities of waves or light from the sources S1 and S2. Here we have two different amplitudes. Okay, we can write like this. Y1 will be A1 cos omega t and Y2 will be A2 cos omega t. So amplitudes are different, so intensities are different. Now in this case, the maximum intensity I max is proportional to A1 plus A2 the whole square, and I minimum is proportional to A1 minus A2 the whole square. Okay, when you take the ratio, we can say I max by I minimum. I minimum is equal to A1 plus A2 by A1 minus A2 the whole square. This is the case when the interfering waves have different amplitude A1 and A2. Okay, so I max and I minimum. I max by I minimum is equal to A1 plus A2 by A1 minus A2 the whole square is equation for ratio of intensity of maximum value and minimum value. Okay. Now slit width also we can express like this. Width of the slit. If we have two sources, if we have one source of light, from this one source, if light passes through two slits, two small slits, these two slits we can consider two coherent sources. In that case, if W1 and W2 are the width of the slit, we have the condition width of the slit is directly proportional to intensity. Okay, this is width of first slit, then width of second slit proportional to I2. This is in turn proportional to what we can say. It is proportional to A1 square, amplitude, square of the amplitude of a light from first slit. Similarly, it is proportional to A2 square. Now, what is W1 by W2? W1 by W2 is equal to A1 square by A2 square. A1 square by A2 square. So, what is W1 and W2? W1 is the width of the slit through which light is emerging out, and W2 width of the second slit through which the light is emerging out. These two sources, these two slits can be considered as coherent sources because these two slits will produce light from the main source of light. So, from a single source light is propagating. These two lights are emerging through two slits, narrow slits. These two slits can be considered as coherent sources. Width of one of the slit is W1 and W2 is width of the other slit. Intensity of light is I1 and I2 from these two slits. So, width is proportional to intensity. It is in turn proportional to amplitude square. Here also amplitude square. When you take the ratio width of the slit, it is proportional to A1 square, equal to A1 square by A2 square. Okay, so that's this is the mathematical treatment of interference of light. First, we have seen interference of light of waves of same amplitude. Then at last we have seen the basic equation when the amplitudes of the waves are slightly different, means A1 and A2. Okay, thank you.